Hey guys, I want to talk with you a little bit today to give you a little bit of a warning of what you're dealing with in this present day and age when you're out there trying to date. It's going to take me a few minutes to unpackage this one, so I'm going to start just by telling you a story of an experience I just had just within the last 24 hours that I can't really say surprised me, but certainly caught my attention. And there was just a few things that came to mind that I wanted to talk with you guys about, to get you to think about. But essentially, I live in a major metropolitan area in the United States here, and I got a message from a friend the other day who's a good girlfriend of mine, friend that's a girl, and she's like, hey, I was on Facebook the other day. I noticed that in our area we've got this like women's group where girls go on there and they post pictures of guys they've met online to kind of vet them, or to see if other girls are dating them, or see if people had feedback or good things or bad things to say about them. And she's like, I've just never seen that before. It really surprised me, but what do you think about all that? We got to talking a little bit, and I didn't really think much of it, but as luck would have it, and as strange as this is, I wake up this morning to a text message, and this friend of mine sends me a photo of my head, my face, from one of my dating profiles that I've got up. And she's like, oh, what a small world. Like, it seems like, you're a popular guy, I guess, to the point where somebody's posted this just asking about you before they go on a first date. And my first initial reaction was a little bit, I don't know, mixed, you might say. I mean, I just kind of shook my head. I was just thinking to myself, damn, what a crazy time we're living in right now, where this is a thing. But I was just thinking about it a little bit further, and there's a couple things that I'm just going to lay out there, just my thoughts on it, and these are just general things. Number one, I guess in a way, I can't say that I blame women. In a way, I've got a little sister, and I've got two sisters actually, and I care about them both equally as much. But if I had a little sister that I knew was out there dating, and just knowing the way the world is, and yes, the fact being that there are plenty of indecent guys out there that are up to no good, and that might be doing bad things or disingenuous things or whatever you want to say. Yes, there's a certain element of, yes, I would want women to feel protected and feel safe, and there's an element wrapped up in it in that regard. So on one hand, I can't blame them too much. But there's a flip side to that too that I think is really shitty, and will probably manifest itself for a lot of these guys that show up on there, is that it's also an opportunity for women to slander guys. If for whatever reason, guy could be a perfectly fine dude, just wasn't into the girl, just they didn't click, like whatever. There's certainly this platform and this availability now for women to go on there and say bad things unfairly, and there's no check and balance on that. There's no whatever. And that's a shitty thing, but this is something that we are not going to be able to control as guys. Like this can run rampant. This probably will run rampant, and that's just an element of life that is going to be present there, and that really sucks. I think there's a shitty element wrapped up in this little platform on the opposite end of that positive element that I just described a moment ago. But this is just something that I want to tell you guys, to forewarn you, let's say, just to know that this is what's going on out there, and this is something you're going to have to think about and deal with. And I want to circle back to some of the core things that I always talk to you guys about on this channel, is that I encourage every one of you guys to be a man of integrity, be a high value person that has standards and that has morals and that conducts yourself in a respectable manner. And the only thing that means to me is, like, if you sleep well at night and you know deep down that you're doing the best job you can, you're being the best man that you can, you're being as high of a caliber, quality human being, person, man that you can be, that's all that really matters here. But it just stands to say that you need to stick to your guns. You need to continue to operate in a manner that has integrity. You're a man of integrity. I still stick to that. I'm not bending on that. That just doesn't change my mind on that. This in fact reaffirms it. Because I think if you're a person of integrity, no matter what happens out there in the world, if you get like a positive reaction or a negative reaction on this new sort of social media platform that is out there and is present, you can sleep well at night just knowing that you are the man that you are, and you know what you bring to the table, and you know what you got, and it does not matter what the hell gets said online about you or who sees it or whatever. It's just like, hey, that's just the world we live in. These are the facts of life. You can't control those things, like I said, but at the end of the day, if you got your integrity and you got your core intact, then you're fine. Then it doesn't matter what happens, in this outside world all around you. So that's the first thing I just want to remind you guys of, to keep living up to your standards, keep being a man of integrity, regardless of what's happening around you in the world. Because this shit's probably going to get worse. It's going to keep happening. It just is what it is. But the other thing that I want to loop in here and talk about is another key element that I talk about on this channel all the time. It's that coming back to basics, like coming back to this traditional, quote unquote, old school method of meeting women. And I'm going to bring it back to the cold approach stuff, guys. This online dating stuff is just, there's all these twisted elements that are present. And this is just one more thing going against the online dating. And this is just one more reason in my mind why you guys need to push yourself, why I continue to push myself, why I think more men in general need to start doing this stuff or do it more readily and more often, is because you won't have to worry about this same sort of thing in the same way if you're applying yourself, if you're doing your cold approaches, if you're meeting women in that completely different way that is completely free and outside this realm or this sphere of these online dating platforms and all these profiles and stuff, and just the availability and the ready nature that women have to trade data and post your picture on this Facebook group as they have with mine. You take that element out of the mix, and it just comes back to a basic thing where she's going to perceive whatever you're putting out there in the world, whatever kind of energy you're bringing forth to the situation, whatever kind of way you operate. It's in the free and clear of the clouding of an element like this that I'm laying out and describing to you guys in this warning here today. So I just want you to think about that. I do want you guys to challenge yourselves, to be those guys out there that are doing the cold approaches, that rise above this online dating shit, that are better than that take a different route. Okay, there's a lot to be said for that. If I had sons, that's what I would encourage them to do. I would tell them, stop screwing around with this online shit. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's stuff like this is just another example. And it's not fair to you guys. I think that's the end of this whole thing. I mean, is this? I don't know. I don't know. I'm fair or not. That's a matter of personal opinion. I'm sure there's going to be people all over the board, men and women, that think and feel differently about something like this. But like I said, guys, the core message here: stick to your guns. Be a man of integrity. It won't matter what happens out in the real world all around you. It won't matter what other people say about you. As long as you've got your integrity and you know deep down what you are and what you bring to the table, you're ironclad, you're solid. It doesn't matter. Second thing, like I said, is like stop dealing so much with this bullshit like this and get out there and cold approach. And the way you do that, personal self-improvement, make yourself the best possible man that you can be, grow some courage, learn a little bit of the stuff that I'm talking about on this channel, learn to talk a little bit better, learn to present well, get out there in the real world, cold approach in your real world average, everyday, daylight hours sorts of settings, and your dating life will improve. I guarantee you 100% if you can do all that stuff. And I know it's hard, and I know this isn't for everybody. I know a lot of this stuff freaks the hell out of most men out there. Most men will never do this stuff, but you guys that listen to this channel, I know you can do it. This is not something that anybody can't get better at or can't conquer this one here or can't do in general. Okay. But I want you guys to do it, okay? Because I know you guys are solid, all right? All right, guys. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Talk to you all soon.